Over the years, I've been somewhat rightfully accused of being a Beatles hater, but the fact of the matter is I am a huge George Harrison fan. I honestly don't think he gets all of the credit he deserves, so here's a quick playlist of some of the best the man has to offer. We're gonna start off with the Beatles track Something, coming off of their Abbey Road record. George handles this song in every single aspect. He wrote it, he plays it, he sings on it, and there's no question that when it comes to the most beautiful songs in history, this one ranks way up there. It's the way that George was always able to create so much intensity in such subtle ways that separated him from the other members of that band. And while he contributed a number of timeless tunes to that band, this is a personal favorite, and every music fan should be spinning it on a regular basis. The next song I want to talk about comes from his 1981 solo album Somewhere in England, and it's the song All Those Years Ago. This was actually written as a tribute to the fallen John Lennon, and it's one of the most touching songs ever composed. But what most people don't know is this is actually the second version of that song, as the original was done for Ringo Starr to record before Lennon passed away. The lyrics of this reference the songs All You Need Is Love and Imagine, and the backing band includes the two remaining Beatles, Linda McCartney, Denny Laine, Al Cooper, and it was actually produced by none other than the great George Martin. The song has a very cool groove and hook, and for so many reasons you have to know this one. Check it out. The last song I want to clue you into is the Traveling Wilburys track, Handle with Care. When it comes to supergroups, few, if any other band can hold their own against the Traveling Wilburys, and this is the first track off of their first album. In case you somehow missed this group, the band features George Harrison alongside Jeff Lynne, Bob Dylan, Roy Orbison, and Tom Petty, and all five of them take vocal turns on this song. As the legend is told, the five musicians were having a loose jam session when George Harrison spotted a cardboard box that had the title written on it, and it would also inspire the song's opening line, "Been beaten up and battered around." The song was actually written before the Wilburys formed, but it was resurrected when the group and the album became a formal project. If you somehow don't know the Traveling Wilburys, you have to check them out, and this track is a great place to start. When it comes to the albums of George Harrison, there's only one place to start, and that's his phenomenal triple release, All Things Must Pass. This is easily one of the greatest musical achievements ever captured on tape, and it really shows you the massive amount of musical diversity that George Harrison had. From the heavy grooves of Awaiting on You All, to the chilling stillness of Beware of Darkness, to the timeless beauty of My Sweet Lord, within only a single listen, it's quickly obvious just how underutilized George Harrison was within his previous band. And for many music fans, myself included, All Things Must Pass completely overshadows the entire body of work he did with that band. Just get this album, play it. I guarantee you'll understand why it's held in such high regard. For the other Harrison album, I'm going to go in a direction many people will argue with, coming all the way to May of this past year and what's called Early Takes Volume 1. From the moment I heard this album, I was absolutely floored, and it remains a record I just can't get enough of. In reality, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's demos and early versions of songs from his solo career. However, it's the fact that even in these stripped down forms, they retain all of their power and are absolutely stunning that sheds a completely new light onto the brilliance of George Harrison. Along with the Harrison originals, the album features a cover of Bob Dylan's Mama You've Been on My Mind, as well as what I now consider to be the definitive take on the off-covered Let It Be Me. If there's only one item you're gonna grab from this video, it must be Early Takes Volume 1. Just trust me on this one. This is as perfectly beautiful as music gets. So there it is, guys. A quick look through some of my favorite works of George Harrison. Make sure to check back here every Sunday for more music recommendations, and be here every day for all the music news, reviews, and knowledge you'll ever need.